The one who looks at the ceiling. When Iyer rented that apartment, he wasn't looking for anything special, just silence. After a divorce and burnout at work, all he wanted was a place where no one would bother him. He found an old Khrushchevka on the outskirts of the city through a friend. Cheap, no renovations, but it came with solitude. The very first night, something felt off. He woke up around 2:40 a.m. with a strange sensation, as if someone was silently standing nearby, watching him. He listened. Nothing. Only the low hum of old pipes. But it happened again the next night. And the next. Always between 2:40 and 2:50 a.m. The air would change, heavy, sticky. Iyer would lie still, listening as the night squeezed the sound out of the room. One night he got up, took his phone, turned on the flashlight and walked to the kitchen. As he passed the bathroom, the light flickered and went out. The phone froze. Then he heard a whisper, quiet, like someone was speaking directly into his ear. "Do you also look at the ceiling?" He froze. A cold sweat broke over his skin. Slowly he turned his head, no one. But in the bathroom mirror something flickered. A shadow. A face stretched unnaturally long. Hollow eye sockets. And a smile. He flicked the lights on, nothing. The mirror was empty. But after that night, it got worse. Black smudges started appearing on the ceiling, like soot, fingerprints, as if someone was pressing against it from the inside. Every night, new marks, above the bed, over the table, even in the bathroom. His dreams grew darker. He dreamt of lying frozen in bed while something long and bony crawled down from the ceiling corner. Right before waking, it always whispered, "You shouldn't have seen me." Iyer went to speak to the old lady who lived below him. The landlord. She didn't even flinch. "You're the third one to leave because of him," she said. "The one who looks at the ceiling. A man used to live up there. Never left the flat. Just lay there staring upward. For months. Then one day he vanished. Doors locked from the inside. But on the ceiling, a silhouette was left. Like your marks." "Did you call anyone?" Iyer asked. "Who would listen to us? They say he's still here, watching. But now he doesn't look at the ceiling. He looks at those who sleep under it." That night, Iyer left the lights on to sleep, curled into the bed, trying not to think. But at exactly 2:43, the lamp flickered and died. Darkness wrapped the room like a blanket, and the presence returned. Slowly, with panic crawling in his chest, Iyer looked up and saw it. A figure, twisted like a spider, clinging to the ceiling. Long, thin limbs, a stretched face, hollow eyes, a smile that nearly reached its ears. It wasn't just sitting, it was watching him, and then it began to descend, headfirst. "You saw me. Now you are me." The light suddenly snapped on. The figure vanished, but Iyer ever left the apartment again. Doors locked from the inside. Now a new tenant looks at the ceiling and waits for you. A week passed. The apartment was listed again, dirt cheap. The realtor wasn't surprised when the new tenant didn't ask questions. Max, a young IT guy, a skeptic, didn't believe in ghosts or any TikTok crap, as he called it. He didn't remember his first night at all. Woke up late, drained, like he'd been digging trenches in his sleep, but noticed a smudge on the ceiling above the bed. Oily, blurry, mold. He muttered and snapped a photo. But when he checked the image, his jaw dropped. Fingerprints, bent as if someone had been pushing out from inside the ceiling. The lights flickered. The next night, Max set up a webcam with night vision. "Let's see what this is," he said, tossing the laptop onto the desk. He fell asleep wearing headphones, but around 2:43 a.m., they were yanked out violently. Silence. Total. Max opened his eyes, and his heart nearly burst. From the corner of the ceiling, a figure slowly slid down, brittle limbs clawing the corners. Black, empty eyes locked on him. It dripped downward like thick oil. "Now you see what I saw." the thing whispered. Max screamed. The lights snapped on. Nothing. He tried to run, to book a hotel, to escape, but the door wouldn't open. The knob turned. The lock clicked, but something held it shut. "Who are you?" He screamed into the emptiness. Silence. Except now, another mark on the ceiling. A face. Max checked the camera footage. Turned on by itself. He watched himself sleeping. Then the figure slowly descending, hovering above him, and sliding right into his mouth. Now he understood. The one who looks at the ceiling doesn't vanish. He enters you, lives inside you, looks through your eyes. And when you find yourself staring at the ceiling, you're no longer yourself. 3 days later, the police came. Neighbors complained about a strange smell. The apartment was empty again. Doors locked from the inside. Bed made. New stains on the ceiling. A handprint in the center. Unnaturally long. None of the cameras captured anything, because each one now just looks at the ceiling. Whoever sees him is doomed. The entity is waiting. Who's looking at the ceiling now? The one who looks at the ceiling 3. The return. Marina was a journalist. Young, ambitious, obsessed with the unexplained. When she heard about the apartment where people vanished and the police stayed silent, she knew it was her chance. She rented the place where Max was last seen. She felt it right away. The air was heavy, like in an archive holding something forbidden. The first night was uneventful. She even posted a story. "Y'all are making things up again." Night was fine. I slept. No shadows. But in the morning, she woke up with her neck bent. Not broken, just locked. She couldn't move it. Her face pointed straight upward, at the ceiling, where a fresh, dark oval mark bloomed. She cried, then laughed, nervously. "All right, you want me to see you? I'll look." She started digging, through archives, newspapers, and she found it. 1967. The Khrushchevka had just opened. The first tenant in apartment 43 was a psychiatrist, Arsen Kabrinsky. No family, obsessed with patients who claimed to see a ceiling man. All of them described the same thing. Long limbs, empty eyes, crawling from the ceiling, whispering. One patient wrote, "He doesn't leave. He enters. Through the eyes. Through dreams. He searches for the one who's afraid to look back." Arsen believed it was a fear-born archetype, feeding on attention. His final note, "I'll stay, to become part of him. Maybe he is us. Everything we refuse to see. I'll watch, until someone looks back." He vanished soon after. On the ceiling, they found his name, scrawled in charcoal, Arsen. Marina returned to the apartment. Above the bed, 3 names were scratched faintly into the plaster. Chor, Max, Arsen. A space remained for a 4th. She decided she'd face it. Cameras, night vision, salt barriers, mirrors, every tip some old woman gave her online. 2:40 a.m. The lights went out. Silence. Then she looked up, and didn't look away. It was there, splayed, bent, but now different. Its face was a blend of arson, ire, Max, a horrible collage of all it had consumed. It smiled, and whispered, "Now you." But Marina was different. She laughed, pulled a mirror from her pocket. The creature shuddered, screeched for the first time. It had never seen itself. It looks, but it doesn't see. The room trembled. Walls melted. Ceiling marks vanished. Darkness was sucked into the mirror. And the last thing she heard was, not the mirror, anything but the mirror. She fled. The cameras burned out. But her phone caught one frame, her eyes pitch black. She told no one, changed her number, moved far away. But something followed. She no longer looks at the sky, or at people, or ahead. She only looks up, at ceilings, with a smile, and waits. for the door of apartment 43 to open again.